All right, everyone, now it's time for a story that should be like #1 right now, trending. It should be all over the world, front page news, but, you know, I don't know. For some reason, it's just dropped off the face of the earth. I have to assume that Fred Trump, possibly being a tax dodger back in the early 90s, knocked it out of existence, and then everyone just went back to talking about Kavanaugh when the New York Times hit piece fell through. That was an attempt at an October surprise. It really, it really failed. I don't know. It just makes the left look like they're bullying again, which they are, but, you know, some people don't manage to see it. Someone tried to mail Ricin to General Mattis and also to Admiral Richardson of the Navy. You barely heard about it. And another suspicious envelope was mailed containing a white powder to Ted Cruz's office. It's no clue yet whether that was toxic or whether it was a separate issue. I would say, since it was in the same exact time frame, you'd think probably it was Rice, and apparently it was opened in the lobby, so people might have actually been exposed. Well, my hope is, of course, it's not the case. And then another suspicious envelope was mailed to Trump, although that could just be, hey, we're on heightened security because of these other events, and you know, probably it was. And I think that they by now would have said, yeah, someone tried to mail poison to the president. But keep in mind, somebody tried to mail Rice into the Pentagon, and you barely heard anything about it. How fucking crazy is it that the Kavanaugh media circus is such a black hole right now, absorbing so much of everyone's attention? Even Trump himself can barely get talked about, except in the context of Kavanaugh. Even Donald Trump himself, the media tabloid man-in-chief, who has hoodwinked the entire corporate media now for almost 3 years running and completely gobbled up the media's attention no matter what they throw at him, even he is having difficulty breaking through the Kavanaugh stuff, which, by the way, I'm not going to lie here. Taking a brief reprieve from being in the limelight just means that he's going to pack more of a punch afterwards when he sums up what's happened a week from now. By the way, the Kavanaugh circus is collapsing at the moment. Well, it is going to be the big news of the day. I should be making like a 20-minute special on, hey, who do you think fucking tried to mail Rice into the Pentagon? By the way, think of it this way. Whoever did this, they have the sophistication to make ricin, you know, one of the most deadly toxins known to man. They have the sophistication to do that, but they don't have the sophistication, apparently, or if they don't have enough ambition to care, that everything that goes to the Pentagon or wherever else it could be mailed to is sorted through. It's you know, Ted Cruz doesn't open his own mail. Mattis is not, if you send a letter off to Mattis saying, hey Mattis, I think you're cool. Can I go to the shooting range with you next weekend? Do you think that he's actually going to read it? They don't. 99% of the time, the mail never even gets to them. If it's answered at all, it's usually going to be a staffer who gets paid minimum wage to do it for them. That's honestly what happens. It's going to have to go through several people and several machines and sensors before it gets anywhere near General Mattis. You're not going to be able to actually mail him poison. So somebody, I guess, didn't know that that was the case, despite the fact that, I mean, they must have a decent setup if they're making something that's that fucking poisonous. It's not just a matter of, oh, yeah, I grew some fucking castor bean plants. I'm going to mail you a burlap sack full of castor bean mush or something. Okay, that might make someone sick, but it's probably not going to kill them. It goes through a refining process, one that you probably can't even discuss, honestly, on YouTube, even for the purposes of criticism at this point. So, somebody tried to kill Mattis. Somebody tried to kill one of the heads of the Navy, an admiral within the Navy. They tried to mail poison to the Pentagon itself. No big deal. We'll just knock it off with Fred Trump's talk. I don't know what to say. I'm almost kind of speechless in a way. Because it shows the lengths to which the corporate media has degraded into tabloids. They're not even talking about something very, very substantive. Like, think if it had gone through. Think if it was just an off day for the Secret Service or whatever. And the letter had gotten to Mattis' desk. He opens it and he's like, oh, donut powder residue, yum, yum. Because, you know, the powdered donut's delicious. Somebody's thinking of my sugar needs today. And then drops dead or something. What do you think would fucking happen? It'd be total fucking chaos. That would definitely break the Kavanaugh black hole cycle. That's what we're in at this point. We're in the black hole of Kavanaugh, just as before. We were in the black hole of Trump's hand size, or him talking about his dong on the debate stage and all these other things. The media is not paying proper attention to, or asking, I think, enough questions about this particular situation. Are you just waiting? Are you just waiting for Trump to come out and give you an update? Like, you're not even going to question him about it? Are you going to, today, when you're talking to Sarah Huckabee Sanders, are you going to take time out of your busy schedule of rambling about the FBI investigation into Brett Kavanaugh's 35-year-old sex abuse allegation? Are you going to stop doing that long enough to ask about something that your readers won't care about but probably should? I don't think so. I think the alt media will discuss it a little bit. When this happens, by the way, let me tell you something else. The weird side of YouTube and the conspiratorial side of the alt media are the only people running with it. And so basically, when people are looking up information, when they type in, I heard that someone tried to mail Ricin to the Pentagon. I better look this story up. That's intriguing. What are they going to see? They're going to see 10,000 results from people who probably think, it was an Illuminati conspiracy, because they're not going to see anything that's not at least 2 days old now from any of the lamestream media networks. So then it's like, basically, fuck me. I'm up against the entire weird side of YouTube trying to make some sense of it. I don't know any more than anybody else is going to know, though. It's a weird situation. So even though it's technically should be the big news of the day, even though people should be kind of concerned about it, the fact that there is an apparent terrorist who tried to mail fucking Ricin to the Pentagon, they should probably care about that issue. It's difficult to get people to care, so I don't know what more I could possibly say. We'll have to wait for an update that we'll probably never get. That's about all. Peace out.